This video is about applying the Pythagorean theorem in finding unknown lengths on a right triangle, and we're calling this one part 2. Okay, so in this segment, directions will be given to you in terms of due north, due south, due east, due west. And whenever a question states that something moves due north or due east, due west, it means that right angles are formed. So the question will not specifically say it's a right triangle, but just know that once it states due north, due east, due west, due south, right angles are formed. Okay, let's move into this question. So it says Deontay travels due south from home. So let's construct the diagram as we go along. So here is home. We can call this H for home. Deontay travels due south. South means that you're going down. So from home, he travels due south. Okay? So this is where Deontay is. And we call that D. Alright? His sister Alea works due east. So it would be due east of home. So east is in this direction. So this is where Alea is. And I'm going to call that A. Okay? So we enclose the diagram here. This is our right triangle. So our right angle would be here because from due south and due east, due south and due east would form the right angle here. Okay? Now let's put some data on this thing. They leave for work at the same time. By the time Deontay is 5 miles from home, so this is home, this is Deontay, so we put 5 right here. Okay? By the time Deontay is 5 miles from home, the distance between them is 1 mile more than Alea's distance from home. This is Alea's distance from home. They did not tell us what Alea's distance from home is, so we will call that distance x. They're saying the distance between them, this is the distance between Deontay and Alea, is 1 mile more than this distance. So it got to be this distance plus 1. And this is your diagram. Now they're asking us, how far from home is Alea? Alright, so we're going to use our diagram here in solving this thing. So remember the Pythagorean theorem. So before we move into the Pythagorean theorem, do you realize that they did not say a right triangle is formed? But how we knew that this is a right triangle is because it made mention of moving due south and due east. Okay, so that's where the right angle came from. Alright, let's solve this thing. The Pythagorean theorem states a square plus b square equals c square. Remember that c is the side across from your right angle. Alright? The other two sides, one of them is a and the other is b. Alright, so if I call this c, I could call this side here a and I could call this side here b. Alright, so let's do this thing. So where a is, we put the value of a, so that is 5 square plus b, which is x, that is x squared, equals c, which is x plus 1, that is c squared. Okay, so 5 squared, that is 25, plus x squared, and I can rewrite this part here, x plus 1 all square as x plus 1 times x plus 1, because something square means the thing times itself. Alright, so 25 plus x squared equals, let's distribute this, x times x, that is x squared, x times 1, that is x, 1 times x, that is x, 1 times 1, that is 1. Okay, so this is 25 plus x squared equals x squared. These two are your like terms, so x plus x, that is 2x plus my 1. Alright, now we want all our x squared to be on one side, so if we subtract x squared from both sides, we see that this x squared will cancel that and this one will cancel that. So what we are left with is 25 equals 2x plus 1. Alright, now we want all our x's to be on one side, so we subtract 1 from both sides. Alright, so this one will cancel that, and 25 minus 1, that is 24, equals 2x. Alright, and then we divide both sides by 2. So 24 divided by 2, that is 12, equals x. So here it says what is Alea's distance? Alea's distance is right here, which is just x. So therefore, Alea's distance is 12 miles. Okay? So she's 12 miles away from home. Here it is. Alright, I hope this is a little bit clearer. Have a great day.